Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well. Today we are going to be talking about another topic that I have become more aware of in my own personal life and how I go about it and treat others in the way I speak. And that is labels and creating identities and for other people. And what I mean by that, first of all, is we use certain words like, oh, well, that person's lazy, or you're being lazy because of this, or we offhand say things like, oh, stupid, or etc. Or we tell people to shut up offhand, and we say a lot of things that we may be saying it in a joking way. Well, I mean, for me, I think I say things most often in a joking way, or I'm not thinking really about what I'm saying and I'm just using words and I don't realize the meaning behind it. And it's usually with people that we are most closest to, and therefore we value each other's opinions usually the most because we feel like we know each other the best. And when it is someone in your family, yes, you're very comfortable and relaxed with each other and you can forget and words can slip out that you would have thought twice about if you were talking to someone from the general public. But those words affect each other, I'd say, more severely because we care about the people that are close to us and the perceptions that they have of us. And we often use their judgments to change ourselves or to become aware of ourselves in a certain way. And I don't do this too often, but I certainly want to become better at it, and it's just choosing words more carefully and making sure that what we are saying is really what we mean to project to others. And even, like, I think swear words, perfectly fine as long as it's not used in an abusive way, but just other certain words that kind of create an identity or put someone in a box or put a label on them that they're lazy or they're stupid or they're silly or messy or whatever. We don't want to be saying things like that, and because when people hear things over and over, they kind of assume that they are lazy, they are stupid, they are clumsy, they are messy, and that's just their identity now. And if it's their identity, they can't change it. And that is untrue, because just because they are something or they did something in a certain way in one situation doesn't mean they can't change, and that doesn't mean that that is who they are. And I think it's just a very interesting topic how we unintentionally, I'd say most often, we presume identities or give people identities without even recognizing that we are doing it. And this can have a detrimental effect on the way other people see themselves, and vice versa. People put identities on us and they can change the way or make us question ourselves. Usually I'd say in a negative way. So moving on from that to how we can sort of help ourselves not give in to an identity or a label that has been placed on us is to realize that everyone lives in their own reality. They have their own little world within themselves. And everyone has their own perceptions. They will see things differently than you will see things. And because we all have our separate realities and our separate worlds, we get to choose what we let into it and what we hold to be true. Just because someone else sees things a certain way doesn't mean that we have to see ourselves that way. And we can become more aware, obviously, of how we use our language to ourselves, like, oh, I'm so stupid, or oh, I'm so silly, or whatever it may be. Become more aware of how we talk to ourselves and how we talk to others, so we aren't putting people in boxes when we really don't want to be, shouldn't be, and wouldn't want it done up to ourselves. But contrastingly, sometimes I think if people are getting a certain perception of you very consistently and you don't like it, maybe it is a sign. You can take a very objective look at your life and step back and see if that holds some truth. Why are you projecting this image? Are your actions really in line with your values and your mindset of yourself? For example, I felt like I was given the identity of a workaholic, and people didn't really say it outright to me very often, but slowly over time I actually started to verbalize it to myself and almost made it kind of okay. But it also started to create guilt within myself, and I started to question myself, like, why is it a bad thing that I like to work on lots of projects all the time, or etc, etc. But I took a look at what my actions really were compared to what I felt inside myself, and I realized that I wasn't taking quite enough time to step back from work and separate work from my personal life. I tried to be a very balanced person, but I realized that my actions, I could have been doing better at scheduling time in to go for a walk, to meditate in the morning, to journal, to do things mindfully and spend time with people. So that was just an example of how a perception and a label that was placed on me started to affect me and make me question myself and my identity. But it can also, it wasn't entirely true, but I also used it to look back at what my actions really were and what they were portraying, and then realign them with how I really want to live my life and what my values really are. So then I created so I kind of rescheduled my life and scheduled in time for the things that mattered to me, aside for work. But I don't feel like it's work. People call it work, but passion projects. So basically, try not to put other people in boxes unintentionally with your language, and don't put yourself in a box. Everyone can change. Everyone has different perceptions and lives in their own reality, so they'll see things differently. And if you feel like you're becoming an identity and someone that you don't want to be, you have the power to change it if that is something that you want to do. So yeah, that's everything I have to talk about today. I hope that this helps you or causes you to look at your life and how you talk to yourself and to others, and to realize that you have the power to choose how you want to live your life. And you have the power to impact people's lives in a positive way if you choose to do so. Have a great day. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below if you like this video and would like to see more. And I love you. I don't know why. I think I should start doing that, but I don't know. I wish you all the best. Peace, love, and happiness. Okay. Bye. think I'm like no idea. Okay. Hello everyone. Today I want to say something different than I'm normally saying, but anyway.